I got a very positive attitude about this.
Good, me too.
Yeah.
Hey! We're recording the podcast! Shut up!
Good morning to you, wherever you are, because it is
Morning Somewhere!
for June 30th, 2026. My name is Ernie Burns, sitting right over there. She was just eliminated due to penalty kicks. It's Ashley Burns. Say hi to Ashley, everybody.
It's because of all the people I kept kicking. They gave me a penalty for it.
So you're this golem that you like. What's his name? What's his name?
The Norway player, Erling Haaland.
The traditional use of the word golem. He's a golem. He's Norway?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought he might be Dutch for a second. Yes. So last night, World Cup results, if you're delaying for any reason, you don't want this stuff spoiled. Heads up, we'll probably be doing this at the beginning of almost every podcast for the next, year and a half until this fucking thing is over?
We'll keep it quick.
But yesterday, so Japan was sent packing by Brazil. Womp womp.
Is that
Everybody
terribly
loves
unexpected? Everyone loves Japan. It's true, but it's also they're facing off against Brazil, right? Brazil is, as far as I'm concerned, one of the most soccer presenting countries in the world, and so it makes sense that they would be very strong in that regard. Is it unexpected that Brazil won against Japan?
When you think of Brazil, the first thing you think of is soccer? Is that the first thing you think of?
And Big Jesus statue.
Okay. Yeah.
What do you think of?
Those are all second and third. To me.
Is that after the outfits with the feathers?
Yeah. That's always
Carnival?
probably first on my list. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking about. The outfits.
Outfits.
There was a
Very stylish.
so they got knocked out. Everybody loves Japan. Weird thing going on with Japan right now. They have raised their tourist visa for the first time in a long time. They're changing a lot of stuff over there. Like they're also for the first time offering positive interest rates.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Positive interest rates as in like they pay you to take out a loan?
No, but that's the way it was. Yeah, Japan has gone through a long period where for decades they had 0% interest rates on loans. And they got to a point where they felt like the economy was so sluggish that at one point they went negative on interest rates. But basically what that meant was that banks were charged a fee for holding funds in their bank. They're like, you get it out there, get it moving, get it in loans to people and
Well,
things
that's an
like that.
interesting idea.
The development this month was that for the first time in a very long time, I think it's like since the mid-90s, Japan has now raised their rates by 0.25% to the astronomical rate, Ashley, of 1.0%.
Whoa. Let's
Hold off,
not go
everybody.
crazy here. That's great, especially since I guess the thing that I had heard about them was the visa thing, that they like quintupled the price of a visitor visa, which if you fly today, you don't have to worry about. I think comes into effect literally tomorrow, at the beginning of July, where they're raising it from 3,000 yen to 15,000 yen. So like I don't know, $18.
What is that? What is the new rate?
And the new rate is 15,000 yen. That's for like a single entry visa. So
15,000 yen here says it's about $100. It's like 95.
okay, so it's going up basically from $20 to $100 for a single entry visa. Multi-entry visas, like if you want to like come and go as you please, costs more. But that's the first time they've raised since like the 70s, I want to say, for visitor visa costs.
The currency conversion estimate comes to you from xe.com. This is not an ad, but I'd love to tell the story. I met the guy who founded XE, it's such an old website that it's got a 2-letter domain name. That
Very rare.
indicates how old it is or how much money they had to buy that name. Oh, speaking of which, if you use WhatsApp, Ashley?
WhatsApp.
If you use that app for your communications, they are making a big change where they are going to have handles or usernames for your account rather than just your phone number. So you don't have to give out your phone number.
You're nothing without a handle.
And they are rolling this out to people. So if you don't use WhatsApp on a regular basis and you want to reserve your handle or your username, I would jump on that sooner rather than later.
But it is something that you need to just like keep an eye on, I guess, because it's not rolled out to everyone at this time.
Yeah. It is. For me, that's always not that WhatsApp is social media, but it's kind of adjacent to it. My username will really affect how much I use any platform at all, which is either like, I'm like Japanese interest rates, either like 0.1 or 1.0% of my time.
It's going to be a make or break.
I've been better about posting on Instagram. That was my New Year's resolution, to be better. And I think I've done like 10 posts since the beginning of the year. So
Heck, look, I've been following your stories. You're doing great.
Thanks, babe.
Posting
Thanks.
lots of pictures of grass.
Just trying to get myself out there, trying to build a brand. But so I met Steve Dengler, who was the founder of XE.com. And Gus and I would use that site, Gustavo Cirola. We would use that site all the time for just doing currency conversions. I think at one point they were the first people to list, I want to say Warcraft gold was listed on their exchange at one point, which was really interesting at the time because that was like the first virtual currency that I had ever heard of being on like an exchange where you could look at it.
Right.
Like,
It was almost like pre-crypto.
It was.
Where and you would have people who would just like their job was to farm gold in World of Warcraft and then sell it to people.
And I think it might have been a marketing thing. I'm probably misremembering that because that was like a billion years ago. But I'm not misremembering this, which is we met him at a party. And he was also a guy, he's always been very big into web stuff. Like he, I think, was one of the people who funded the Guild. He was one of the investors in the Guild, Felicia Day series.
Cool.
Kim Evie. And he was also part of the, what's it called? Star Trek Continues or something like that. And he's actually in that. But he was always a guy who, like, I'm just going to make assumptions here, did really well founding XE and then just used his money to like fund like cool projects that he wanted to see get made. He was like a one-man Kickstarter kind of, like before Kickstarter existed.
He was the kick.
But this was one of the most incredible moments I've ever had in business ever, where you're at a party and you're meeting people, and we met him, and we say, well, like, what do you do? And he said, oh, I founded one of the first big websites online. It was a financial website. And it's like, oh, what is it? He goes, it's XE.com. And I go, oh, I use your site all the time. He hands me his business card, and the back of it says in quotes, oh, I use your site all the time. Apparently people would say that to him.
Do you think he had a printer in his pocket?
I don't know. Or maybe he had like different cards and different pockets.
Right. He's a magician. So depending on like which of the frequent responses he gets, he pulls one out of like the appropriate pocket.
Whatever it was really fucking cool. It was really cool. And I think he's now moved on from XE. I think he's now retired, blissfully retired.
Also retired, Bernie, is the German team, which was a huge upset as far as I'm aware that Paraguay knocked Germany out of the World Cup.
Yeah, that's a big one.
I didn't see that one coming.
No, I don't think a lot of people saw that one. I don't think Paraguay saw that one.
Morocco is the team that knocked out the Netherlands.
Go ahead.
So I'm feeling a little bit better about Scotland's losses.
Spotting the trend yet? Rest of the world, Group C, Morocco and Brazil have now knocked out Japan and the Netherlands, two beloved teams after Scotland. We tried to warn you. We did. You were all like, oh, you guys, you're so cool and you're so much fun. You look at the traffic cones and you guys drink a lot. The whole time, what were we doing? We're trying to warn you.
Warning you what was coming.
Did you? Did you listen? Did you?
So does it feel better, Bernie?
Nay. You did nay.
Does it feel better about the about losing? Like, does Scotland, do you think, feel better about losing, knowing that the teams they lost to are also upsetting other teams?
Well, I think it's there's a common thread between being a U.S. fan of sports and I think a Scottish fan of sports, which is this is a lot of fun. This is fantastic. My team lost. Burn the whole thing down. I'm like,
we no longer talk about World Cup.
You know that scene in Dark Knight where Joker's on the pile of money and it's all burning? That's me, but instead of a pile of money, it's like the World Cup bracket. It's like burn, fucker.
Like, now everything needs to go down.
It's about sending a message.
So World Cup sending a message right now.
So the eliminations are coming fast and furious at this point. So I don't know who they're playing next, but do we have a list of games that are being played later today, Ashley?
All right, so I've got the Ivory Coast versus Norway, Mexico versus Ecuador, and France versus, let me find France.
Sweden, I think. They're playing today, yeah.
And the fun videos I've seen about the Mexico-Ecuador match is a bunch of Mexico fans all like having a street party out in front of Ecuador's hotel, trying to make sure they don't get a good night's sleep.
I love it. I love it. The Ecuador players probably came down and partied in the street with them.
They're like, yeah, let's go. no.
Yeah, so are you nervous about Ivory Coast versus your guy that you like, Holland?
Holland, no. Look, I'm all Holland all the way. I think he could play the entire team himself.
I'm on this train now.
He's just gonna like run around pushing them all over and stuff. It's gonna be a one-man band.
Is there any matches that could happen of the remaining teams where you would be interested in actually sitting down and watching the match with me?
Well, yeah, sure. I'll be interested to see how England does against Congo. Egypt is playing Australia next. And then who's the U.S. playing next? U.S. is playing Bosnia and Herzegovina on the 2nd. So, well, depending on your time zone, it's the 2nd. Or it's the night of the 1st.
You know, I learned something from our comments this last week where I shortened the name of the country to just Bosnia, but it's like that's a really big deal and you're not supposed to do that.
Well, and I appreciated actually the context in which that was put, which was it's like if you instead of calling it like the United Kingdom, if you just called England, Scottish fans would not be happy. So the residents of Herzegovina would not appreciate being left off.
Or it's an important part of resolving the conflict in that area. That's what spoke to me. And it's like, who am I to come in there and like shorten it? Because I don't have time to say the full name of the country.
It's weird the countries that like you don't come across the names a lot and then you do and suddenly you have to learn how to like what order the letters go in. Like how have you always said Herzegovina? I've always said it like Herzegovia.
Herzegovina.
I just missed a whole N right there.
Well, that was part of my abbreviation of the name was because I had to learn how to pronounce.
So some of the letters are coming at you fast.
Yes. Yes.
But that's the beautiful thing about this is that we're learning.
See, I think for the World Cup for marketing though too, they should allow like occasionally just a fictional country in there too. You know.
Just
like,
you know what? Just throw in any country from like any of the various like rom-coms where you know some girl who's a baker goes to Europe and accidentally meets a prince.
Some Eastern. I was thinking like it would be awesome to see like Paraguay is facing off against Wakanda next. That would be awesome.
That would be pretty great.
I would be betting on Wakanda.
But how do you draft Wakandan players?
Latveria, where Doom is from. That would be awesome.
We can make an entire league up if we want.
Yeah.
How would you feel about like? Because I know fantasy leagues and fantasy sports are becoming a much bigger deal. How would you feel about like entirely fictional leagues, right? And that where you assign them stats and then you're playing your Excel spreadsheets and just see who wins based on the numbers.
Do you know, have I expressed to you how much I dislike fantasy sports? I have tried to do that a couple different times in my life and I hate that stuff.
It leads to, I can see a lot of people having a lot of fun with it. And it's a nice way to, encourage banter and talk in the office. You know, you get your fantasy league and then you follow players and you talk about stuff and you rib each other in a friendly way. But it also leads to then like a lot of toxic pressure on individual players.
Wow.
Like someone's going to go after my golem for not getting a point in the third quarter. Whatever
Right.
they do,
Yeah.
right? It's like you were supposed to do this, and now my fantasy league is hurting because you didn't.
Well, you're talking, I think, about like the weaponized evolution of that, which is you get to stuff like Polymarket where they bet on those kinds of things. Like,
Well, with Polymarket, it's all like they threw out the whole league concept, and now you're just like betting on individual events.
are they going to make their fifth free throw or something like that? I gave myself a tongue twister there for some reason today. There was a post actually on, I don't know where it was. It was on Reddit somewhere, but I don't know what subreddit it was on. And it was a guy trying to call attention to, God, let me see if I can pull this up here and I'll see if I can read you the actual post. Because it was like, just reading this thing was like an alarm bell onto itself. I'm vamping here while I'm looking this up in my saved posts. Okay, this is it here. This is it. I sent this to the group chat. Did you read this one? You probably didn't read this one. This is probably one that's only interesting to me.
Refresh my memory.
This is from user Bubba Cordy 14 days ago on the cryptocurrency subreddit, talking about a $345 million Polymarket scam. Let me just read you the brief summary. I'll read you his thesis of this massive post. I am facing a $700,000 loss on a massive $345 million Polymarket contract because the decentralized Oracle system is completely compromised by whale manipulation and a fatal tokenomics incentive loop. I don't know what any of that means. This isn't about my loss. It proves that if a market pool gets large enough, the fail-safe resolution system can be bought and hijacked in broad daylight. I'm a major holder in the following market, which I guess market means a bet. U.S. and Iran permanent peace deal by June 15th, 2026. The rules of this contract are strict. To resolve yes, there must be an official permanent peace deal or treaty signaling a lasting cessation of military hostilities. The rules explicitly exclude temporary frameworks or extensions of the April ceasefire. This guy is pissed off because he might lose $700,000, which people are speculating means you won't get a $700,000 payout. That's not actually your loss.
Okay.
Because he bet on whether or not a peace deal would happen between Iran and the U.S. And then literally June 15th is when they said they were going to be signing a peace deal. Remember that whole week?
I do.
They were going to sign it on Friday. And that triggered a yes on that. And he was, I guess, betting no. But they hadn't actually signed the peace deal and stuff. And even people in the cryptocurrency subreddit on Reddit were saying, dude, you're betting on war. Like, how are you upset? You're trying to call everyone into action because you're out there betting on the outcome of a war. And we're supposed to get upset about this.
Right. And you're upset that you feel like the market's being manipulated when you have chosen to gamble in a completely like unregulated
It's so crazy.
environment.
Yeah. This the whole gambling thing that's going on in the world is just insane. Like, and it's like, you see these people, it's like really what you see in a lot of these posts are, I'm really upset this wasn't manipulated in my favor.
Well,
I read
Bernie,
that again and again.
if you want to go around manipulating things, you got to do it like the Hollywood director that took a bunch of money from Netflix to make a TV series. Do you remember this guy? I think we talked about it a while back, but he's been sentenced
this guy
now.
who made nothing.
Yeah, so this is he's a Hollywood guy. It's Carl Rinch, and he made 47 Ronin, the movie.
Oh, yeah.
So he's made stuff. He's not just like a fully paper director. But he got a bunch of money, like $11 million off Netflix to finish production on this sci-fi series for them. And he just spent it on crypto speculation and buying like Rolls Royces. And
Ooh, is this allegedly or did this go to court?
no, this went to court. He's now been sentenced to 2.5 years in prison, like 3 years of like supervision afterwards. And then he's supposed to pay.
The way you said supervision, it sounded like he has like supervision. Like he got a superpower.
You've
as
been
part of the deal.
sentenced to supervision.
You have 520 vision.
Now you have to look at crazy shit and try not to go crazy. But
What's the better numbers? The better number, the one in the back or the front? Like is 2020 vision is the best, right?
that's the best. That's solid.
But
Like,
is
you're
better
doing
than
great.
that is 2010? I think
I think it's
reversed
like
those.
40-20 or something weird like that. I don't know. I like the weird numbers about vision. Anytime you start to get like over 1, I'm like, that's good, right? Does that mean you have like vision, like bird vision? Can you see in the like ultraviolet spectrum? I'm not sure what like 40-20 is.
I'll look it up while you finish the story, but
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it means what you see at 20 feet, you're supposed to see at 20 feet, and then what you're supposed to see at 20 feet or 40 feet, you can't see unless you're 20 feet away. I think that's what that means. So there's one of the numbers as it goes down is better. Like you can see what you're supposed to be able to see at 5 feet. You can see it at 20 feet away. Anyway, go ahead.
I want that kind of vision. No, but they're saying that instead of actually spending the $11 million on finishing this show, prosecutors said he put the money into cryptocurrency and spent money on lavish purchases such as Rolls-Royce cars and mattresses costing hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Wait. Your Honor, objection. Mattresses?
Yes,
That's the red flag.
Right, this is raising a lot of questions for me. What the fuck kind of mattress is this dude buying?
We all don't know, but we all highly speculate that there's so many mattress stores in America for a product that people only buy. Let's be honest.
Theoretically, like once every 20 years?
If we're following the guidance, we're supposed to buy one, once every 10 years? But 20 years for a mattress, right?
Yeah, hold on. I'm going to look up how often you're supposed to actually buy a mattress because I'll be honest, I don't.
What's the thing you use, you think, way beyond when you're supposed to use it?
Everything.
And it used to be toothbrushes for me, but now I think I keep up with that when I'm supposed to. I don't
okay.
get the thing to where the
Most
toothbrush is like
experts
all the bristles are going at like a
Where they're all like
75
out
degree angle.
sideways. I know. Most experts recommend replacing your mattress every 7 to 10 years.
Yeah.
That, of course, varies depending on mattress type or whatever. I guess if you spend $100,000 on a mattress, you have to replace it in 2.5 years when you get out of prison.
Yeah, that's what a big mattress wants you to think. They want you to replace your mattress every 7 years. Who the fuck is doing that?
Right. Come on, man. That's how often I replace, like, what is it? Like all the cells in my body or something stupid like that.
What am I celebrating a win over Germany? I guess one of the
How,
funniest.
how do you make a mattress? Hold on. What can you put inside a mattress that makes it worth $100,000 besides like a shit ton of drugs?
Yeah, it's a smart contract with tokenomics in it that has a lock bet.
We put all of Iran in this mattress.
There's so many words in that Reddit post that just like they're all red flags. All of them.
Every single one is like, I'm tuning out of this media. I do remember now that you actually like read that back. I read the thread and went, I don't give a shit about this guy.
Yeah, right. Exactly. It's like, how fast can I tune out on somebody's problem? Right. This is the ultimate expression of I need help with this, and people are just like, I don't give a fuck about this problem.
Like I did something stupid and I'm going to make it your problem.
Okay, you want to hear about 20/20 vision? The fraction used in 20/20 visual acuity is a measurement of spatial distance. The top number, 20. Top number, let me guess it means the left number. The top number, this is the testing distance. It means you are standing 20 feet away from the eye chart. The bottom number, this is the distance at which a person with normal, healthy eyesight could easily read that same line of text. So superior vision, 20/10 vision, this is an exceptionally rare elite rating. You can clearly see an object from 20 feet away that most people would have to stand 10 feet away to resolve. So
okay, so you do have kind of bird vision. Like you could, what do you think hawks have? Do they have like 1,020 vision?
No, you're going to see you're getting it messed up though. What I'm getting at here is the second number, the lower that goes, the better your vision is. So a hawk would have like 20.001 vision.
I see.
Does that make sense?
Sure.
That's what I was trying to figure out.
Kind of, yeah.
Like which number goes which direction.
It's funny. I have, I should probably get my eyes tested. It's been like 12, 13 years. I haven't had my eyes tested since we started dating and I got my most recent pair of glasses. Ooh. I feel like I'm due. But the last time I was in and had it tested and got my new prescription, I have, I'm nearsighted, but then I also have like a slight distortion in my vision. And they're like, do you want us to fix that? And I was like, they actually showed me, they gave me a lens that would fix it. And I was like, no, put it back. Mm. I need to live with this because now the world looks really strange.
Oh, really? Because it looks too sharp.
Yes.
Like when they made the move from standard def television to high def television. It was like some people just couldn't make the cut.
Yeah. And it's also, I don't know if you have this, but when you look at like a street light at night, does it have like a beam that comes out either side?
Yeah. Starbursts.
Yes. But it's almost like it comes out just two ways. And I see it reflected in film a lot, but that's how like I see like a big starburst around a lot of lights. And I don't know if that's normal or if that's part of the distortion that I refuse to have fixed.
No, really? Well, yeah. You need to go to the eye doctor. I agree with that.
Astigmatism, that's what it's called.
Yeah, it is. I think it's an astigmatism that does that. Also, LASIK, it can be one of the side effects of LASIK.
So with LASIK, you get your vision, it fixes nearsightedness?
Here we go again. Which is farsightedness and which is nearsightedness?
Farsighted is when you can see things that are far away, but you can't see things that are close. And I think that's...
I had it to correct my nearsightedness. I needed glasses to see things that were far away.
Yes, that's what I have. I have a slight nearsightedness. It's not bad, but it's no signs that are far away are noticeably not sharp.
There's way too many measurements when it comes to eye stuff because then there's also like I need like a +1.5 or whatever. Then that's when you get down to the lens of what kind of lens you need. Some people have those Coke bottle ones that are like a +9 or whatever, where when you look through their glasses, you can see the back of their head. It's bending light so much. But yeah, I got LASIK in my mid-20s, and it's why I need reading glasses now. I swear that's why I need reading glasses now. It's because I got LASIK back then. It was a pretty new technology. But it was one of those things where I talked to people for a long time about LASIK. I asked everybody I knew that had it. And they're all like, best decision I ever made. I would absolutely do it again. I said, any concerns? None whatsoever. None. Nothing. Nobody had anything negative to say. I got my LASIK done. And for the first 2 weeks after, I had massive like starbursts on lights at night to where I was wondering if I was going to be able to
Is
drive
this my life
car
now?
at night. Because you think about starbursts on headlights, all the headlights coming towards you.
Especially headlights now.
And then I went to my friends that I asked about LASIK, and I'm like, man, I'm having this problem with starburst. They go, oh yeah, I get that too. Nobody mentioned
You
it.
idiots!
Nobody mentioned it before I got it. But it did go away. I have to say, it did go away. And I would be one of the people saying,
Now
even with
saying
reading
like,
glasses,
I love it. Such a good idea.
I forget what it was like to wake up and put on glasses all the time and need glasses all the time. Although now I'm back to it because I need one of the first things I do when I wake up is check my phone.
So you have to put on reading glasses and check your phone.
I had to put on reading glasses to check my phone. So that's kind of interesting. Now I'm going the other way. I'm like
See,
the hawk.
And that's one of the reasons that I never got LASIK is I spend way too much time reading. And the last thing I'm going to do is choose to compromise my near vision.
You know, it's funny because I was also told too that you don't have a choice. Everyone will eventually need reading glasses. It's just a matter of time and whether or not you reach that point in your life. There's another weird stat that I read where every male will develop prostate cancer. They will.
What?
It's a certainty that every male.
Is it just a matter of when? Like some people might not develop it until they're 400, which
Right.
is
You-
like past the point of being a problem.
It's
and
just whether or not you live long enough to get it, but you will develop prostate cancer.
that's really depressing.
Isn't that interesting?
I'm so
Yeah.
sorry for you.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm good. I'm good. Me and my prostate have a great relationship. I wish I could make drops from my own soundbite. That'd be great. All right. Anything else we should talk about today, Ashley? You want to talk about this Persona 5 thing? Do we have any more time today?
No, I'll talk about it tomorrow.
Okay.
I want to read up on it a little bit more, but the short version is that Persona has now a TV series in the works. So I want to find out more about that, and I'll talk about it tomorrow.
No,
I'm,
I feel like we just talked about it.
well,
That's-
because I'm kind of excited, but then I'm like, what does that mean? So I'll read up on it. We'll talk about Persona tomorrow.
all right.
I
Ashley,
know you love it.
Well, who is joining us in anticipation of that discussion?
I want to say a big thank you to Grant M. Caps and Kid Named Finger for sponsoring this episode of our show. Patreon.com/morningsomewhere and roosterteeth.com. I will get you all the Persona details.
All
okay?
right, that does it for us today. June 30th, last day of June 2026. We will be back to talk to you tomorrow. We hope you will be here as well.
Bye, everybody.